Hey guys, Samurai here, and welcome back to another Weiss Schwarz Deck Profile. And today, I'll be doing a Kosaki Onodera Waifu deck. Now, not a lot of you may know this, but this is my first ever deck that I ever made in Weiss Schwarz, and the first deck profile I ever did on the channel. So we are visiting this today. Now, I think you know that this is going to be the English deck profile because I started in English, right? And yes, JP is much better for Nisekoi because the cards did not get errated, but I started in English, and ever since I took this apart, I want to remake it. So that's just sentimental right there. As for playability, I don't really play it anymore. Only a couple times in casuals, mainly because of the power creep. This is just for collection sake now, basically. Starting off with the level zeros, I run any of these extra booster level zero Kosakis. On play, check top. If it's not a sweet character, you put that card into your clock. So in a sense, you could be taking damage, but this is just a 3/5 ball. In a sense, what beater. Running 4 of these set 1 Kosakis. Now, there are a couple of people who's been iffy about this card because the first because of the second effect. If I have 2 promise pendants in memory, right, I can pay 1 and search 1. So it's essentially like a free search. But the problem is, at that point, I'd rather just run the 4 yellow pendants of this because it's just too slow at that point, right? This game has grown and it has been quite fast paced for this card now. So it in a sense this card is kind of irrelevant. The first effect is if your opponent controls 3 or more characters, this card doesn't gain the 2k. It only gains the 2k when your opponent controls 3 or less. So if they put down 3, this card would not gain, right? During your opponent's turn, if the number of your opponent's character is 3 or less, this gains 2k, yeah. So not only is it based on your turn, it's a potential 3/5 on your opponent's turn. And with the level zeros that came out in this day and age, this card is just not good enough because most decks has clean cut, runners, brainstorm, they can just put those up. And then this card is just dead. Right. And as for the second effect, I just find it too slow. There's no point of playing it. The drop structure of this is just better because I can play it anytime I want. It's not meeting a condition. And I rather just play the 3/2 early play Kosaki to still play search. At least that's gonna be a potential body, right? Or I can just play the 1/1 pendant. Instead of pay 1, I still get a search for free. And it goes to memory, right? So cards no longer good. I can see people run this, but honestly, this is not worth running anymore. But it's here as the waifu deck, and yeah, it helped me a lot back then. 3 of these Kosaki and Yukatas. If you have 5 or more cards in hand, with this attack, choose a character, pump it 1500. 5 or more. They're just better cards in Isekai, so that's why I don't run this. And there will be many other Discord deck profiles, like my competitive Euclid build and the JP version, right? And those two probably going to be in-depth deck profile, so deck profile will be longer as I talk about my experience with the cards and the playability of the set itself now, and how different my JP and my English build is, and the difference of the play style, right? So make sure to stay tuned for that if you're interested. So anyways, running 2 drop searchers. One of the TD front assists is just here because I like the art. 4 of these time machine climax combos with a 2k1. Now if you guys don't know what time machine is, because I know some people won't know, and new players, is that basically either attack or on reverse, whatever condition it is, a time machine is during the end encore, during the encore step, it goes to memory and then it comes back during the next draw phase. Even if the card is reversed, it still goes to memory first. So yeah. So I'll play of the 2K1 climax, not the AOT 2K1s. This is the choose a character pump a 2K1 soul and you draw a card 2K1. Okay. And yes, there's two different arts to this. This is the TT art and this is the booster art, right? So climax combo, send these to memory. It comes back during your next draw phase, and it gains 3500, so it will be an 8-5. And yes, you can technically basically repeat it if you have the same climax and it's gonna repeatedly coming back. But the problem with time machines, you're leaving yourself wide open and you don't have much climaxes left in your deck. You're gonna eat a lot of damage. On the plus side, these do come back as 8-5s, right? So there's some merit to it, but mostly this is just like outdated combo, mainly because it's a 2K1, right? And combos these days always are 1K1s and have a lot of sentimental value to it. Right? Move on to the other ones. 3 of these clock encores. It gains 500 for each other key character, and clock encore, essentially. 2 of these TD Kosakis. I used to run this in my main build, but as meta changed, obviously my build has changed. So what this does is global 500, and then I rest 2, right? It choose a character gains the following ability. On reverse, draw 1, ditch 1. So it's like a hand fix, but the problem is rest 2. I'd rather use the top 2 for my brainstorm. And that's the main reason why I don't like the red pendant, because it's too slow. Why on earth would you run the red pendant, right? When you pay 1, that's just to salvage 2 and then ditch 1. Sure, it's a hand fix, but you're resting 2. You're not milling any cards. And at the end of the day, you're salvaging 1 card. Like, come on, man. Ugh. Well, technically it's 2, but you also get a hand fix, but you have many hand fixes in the deck, like your Drop Searcher, like your Marikas, right? And your Rakus. Those cards are way better than the Red Pendant. And the main problem with the Red Pendant is you're resting 2, which is so bad in current meta because you want to brainstorm, right? To mill. And brainstorm is just has a much better value than the red pendant itself, which is why the red pendant is one of the worst pendants in Nisekoi. Yellow pendant is the best, and then there's blue. That's my take on it. 2 of these clock encores. Now, its effect is I need a pendant, right? If I have a pendant in my memory, this card gains 2K until the end of the turn when it attacks. So it's a 6-5 on attack if I have the pendant. Also is a clock encore. Move on to another TD card, the TD11. Now some people will notice this because I did run it in my previous build of my Meta Nisekoi deck profile, but now it changed a lot since then. Trust me. This is a hand encore, and if I have 4 more stock, it's just a 7K. 4 more stock, by the way. And 2 of these backup pendants, these are 3K backups, event pendants. So, as for my last level one, it's just the promo 1500 backup. Well, no, is it 1500? Yes, it's 1500. That's about it. As for level 2s, I'm running one free fetch Kosaki, 2 global assists, 1 case, and if I use a act ability, I get pump 1K to another character. This card is going to be important for my level 3 game because there's a lot of cards that can activate this, mainly the counters, mainly the backups, right? This card that can activate the act ability. I have my Pre-flash shot, I can activate the ability because the second effect is rest 2 pump 2k to someone, right? And I have the TD assist to activate the ability for the assist to the level 2 assist. So there are many ways to activate it, so this is why I'm running it. I might consider running this in my main build of English if I have the room for it, but as for now, maybe. As for now, not right. As for now, probably not. Anyways, move on back to the waifu deck. Running 3 of these, essentially 2-5 backups. Well, sorry, 3k backups, and it's an early changer. It's a changer to this card. So joining this is a pay 2. Send this to waiting room, and if this card's in your waiting room, put it on stage and heal it, etc. Right? And obviously it's a backup, so it activates this card. Running 1 this event, 2-1 event. You guys don't know what this does is on play, I search 2 Sweets characters or animal and ditch 1. And since this is a Kosaki waifu deck, they're all Sweets. Now running 1 of the best level 3s in this way, the value is just so good. Now, a thing to note is if you play this from hand, you're forced to rest the character. So that's the downside. But if you change into it, you don't need to rest the character. So for these on after school date Kosakis, combo with the gold bar. I'll play heal, and you must rest the character. Climax combo on attack. Search 2. That's it. It's just a search 2. And it's really good because you got your gold bar combo, so it's really easy to get. You can search for your 3Ks, and you have the assist here. If this is here, they're all 11 base essentially, and you play the 3K counter. One of them will be 14, and you can pump 1K to anything. So one of them can be a 1500 wall, which is pretty big in today's standard as well. And then 2 of these early plays. I absolutely hate these type of early plays. I don't know why they do it like this, right? It's a 6 or more climax early play. Why on earth? Like, why would you play early play when you have 6 or more climax step? You want to mill at that point. You don't want to waste 2 stock on this. Yes, it's on play, draw 2, ditch 1, but it's 6 climaxes. You're purposely decompressing yourself just to play this. Right? The first effect stays the same. It gains 1k of control, 2 or more other key characters. And it's on play, draw 2, ditch 1. It's just not great anymore. I wish they put at least a 2 or less so it can be somewhat playable, right? But so now it's like, ugh, disgusting. And as for the climaxes, 4 gold bar, and then 4 of the 2k ones. Like, that's about it. Well, that's gonna be for my updated Kosaki Onodera waifu deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and make sure to stay tuned for my 2 in-depth Nisekoi deck profiles. Those 2 will be the meta deck profiles, okay? So, yeah, that's everything. And there will be updated Dell Light deck profiles coming as well. So stay tuned for those, and I'll see you guys later.